Hey, what's up guys? Cliff Jennings here with MSP Bowfishing, and I wanted to show you an awesome combination of equipment. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to set this up with the brand new IA-1, which is from Impale Archery. And if you followed me before, you know that I've talked about Impale Archery before. Last year they came out with the Revo rod reel or reel seat rod combination. Absolutely phenomenal. Works on basically every setup that's out there. What we found over time was that it was a little tight if guys like to use the Megamouth. And if you've seen my other video, you know I've been shooting the Megamouth for over a year now, and I absolutely love it. Hands down, by far, best reel, spin cast style reel I've ever used. Phenomenal. Wasn't a huge fan of the reel rod that it came with. So started using the Revo with it, looking at stuff. I know the guys at Impale, kind of talked to them about what I thought, and this is their creation. And a lot more guys are going with the Megamouth, and it's I mean it's catching on. And what this reel seat allows you to do is position the rod or the reel actually back and forth a little bit further forward or backwards, depending on where you want your hand placement, on the style of bows like the Osprey that don't have any tang that sticks out on them. And maybe tang's not the right word, but if you look at the G-Rex bows or you look at some of the other bows out there, they have this right here. And I guess I've always called this kind of a tang or a tab that sticks out on the front of them. It allows this space in between here. And with the Osprey, we were running into a problem where it was a little too close when you went to put that on there. The other issue is the Megamouth has such a big hood on it that it was coming up against the front of the Revo. Didn't allow you a lot of room to move it or take it off if for some reason you needed to take it off. Now, that said, I shot my Megamouth all last year. I don't think I ever took the hood off once, so not a big deal. But the point of this video is really to just show you how simple it is to install one of these, put it on, set it up with the Megamouth, and walk out the door with a phenomenal killing machine. So excited to do that. We're going to do that next here. All right, basically what you need to do this is pretty simple tools. You need an Allen set, but specifically you're going to want an Allen set that has these rounded points on it, and I'm going to show you that. I mean, you can do it with the other one, but in order to get the first main bolt that goes into the riser started, it's easiest if you have a set that has that kind of rounded hexagon tip on it. Revo, the IA-1 comes with everything you need. It's got the bolts for the installation. There's one main bolt. There's a star washer that goes in between here. And then the other thing that's very important to have is red Loctite. So you're going to Loctite that bolt in. One of the advantages of the Impale Archery product is it's all in one. It's not moving. Once you lock it down, you use red Loctite, you put that star washer in there, and you lock that hex down, it is not going to move on you. So if you're going with the Megamouth setup, they make a Picatinny rail that actually goes in here, and I'm going to show you. So the way that this is set up, there's notches in here, and there's a slide in the back. So you figure out where, depending on what you're going to use for a reel, where you want that to sit in relationship to your riser, and then you take the little hoods that go over the tangs on the bottom of the reel, and you take the bolts and put them up in the bottom of there. Totally simple. If you're going to use the Megamouth system, this is an additional part. They've got a machined Picatinny rail, and it can go in here, and it just sits in there, and your bolts go right up there. Same concept, slides back and forth. You've already also got your slide here. The IA-1 is machined out on the side for the little extra tabs that come down on here, and I'll show you a little bit more of that when we get into the setup. But next we're going to do the setup. All right, I'm going to take this main bolt right here. I'm going to take out my star washers. Take this main bolt and this big star washer. I'm going to put some red Loctite on it. The goober a ton on there, but just get a little bit on there so that when you get it in there, it's locked down. It's kind of like your lug nuts. You put it on, you use it for a while, and then you can check it, take it out once, fish it, make sure it didn't loosen up on you, give it another torque, and after that, you should never have to touch it again. It's not gonna move on you. So, bulletproof. All right, star washer goes in between the IA-1 and your riser. Okay, so this is where there we go. Make sure that's started nice and straight. Locking it down. Went in nice and easy. Okay, now I'm not going to lock it down until I get my reel on there because I want to make sure it's straight. Obviously, it's not straight right now. Now it's closer, but I always like to get my reel on. So next thing up, I'm going to put this Picatinny reel on here. Determine probably where I want to put that based on the mega mouth. So right there, slide that all the way up. Boom. Okay. So now that I know that, and for me, because I have kind of big hands, I think that looks about where I want it. I want to be able to put my grip in there and just be able to reach out and grab the tabs on it. So just put that on there, grab our star washer, grab our little bolts, set those up right. Probably can't see what I'm doing right now, so I apologize for that. But I'll tell you, so the first one I used was a 1/4 inch hex. And I should probably know what these are. Let's see what this baby is right here. Okay, so this is a 5/32 is what you use on the bottom ones. Okay, so there I got my bottom one in. I'm gonna put the other hex on my Allen bolt here. So these are the little guys that go in there. There's a little star washer that goes underneath them. And then this goes in the one that slides. Again, this is where that rounded hex comes in really handy. So essentially, right now I'm done. All I got to do is tighten everything up. I want to align everything, make sure it feels straight, and feels good to my pull. Now, I still have a ton of adjustment here because I don't know if you can see that, but the Picatinny allows me to move it. I could move the thing way out here, and it's not any problem. You still got plenty of distance. You got that straight feed through on there. Okay, I'm going to tighten this up right here. Good and tight. That is not going anywhere. It's on there. But that's about it. I mean, there's not a lot to setting these things up. They're pretty simple. And you might fumble a little bit the first time, but there's 2 bolts. Biggest thing is put your star washer in between there, put some red Loctite on there, crank it down, make sure everything's straight before you get it completely cranked down, and you're good to go. So good luck. See you on the water. Hey, join the BAA. They protect our rights. We all need to be members. Thanks.